Hi, Sifu Nathan here from Head Academy and the Flow State program. In this video I said I was going to give you my secret tip for relaxing even when my brain's going bananas or life's gone a bit pear-shaped and I can't seem to even get into the space to even begin a meditation. Now some of you might feel like this all of the time. So my secret tip for entering into a complete state of relaxation is holding your breath. Now, some of you might go, what? It freaks me out when I hold my breath. Well, there's actually, when you want to hold your breath for a long time or an extended period, there is actually no way to do that successfully without relaxing. So I find making myself engage in a program or a sequence of breath holds an awesome way to make myself go into a relaxed state. Now, I don't know if you know this, but humans as mammals have something in common that we share with dolphins, whales, and other mammals, and it's called the mammalian dive reflex. Now, the mammalian dive reflex literally changes our physiology, where our heart rate slows down, our oxygen absorption changes. It literally changes our whole body's physiology once we enter into this state. And it's a very, 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 very relaxed state, because once you take a breath and dive down underwater, then you can't breathe again, obviously. And so this is how dolphins and whales, this is the reflex that we all have as a leftover from our evolution that allows us to enter into that mammalian dive reflex. Now, there's a couple of ways to get into it. Obviously, maybe not obviously for you if you haven't done any diving or snorkeling, immersing your face in water is for a few minutes is a great way to get into that reflex. But I must say this: never, ever, 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 ever hold your breath, even in the bathtub, even in the pool, anywhere, without somebody else who's watching you very closely doing so. Even when I hold my breath on dry land, say in my meditation room, I will lie down on the floor, because there is a danger that you'll pass out when you hold your breath. Now, not to scare you, but I'm just giving you the scary information so that you don't do something silly, right? Because I want this to be a good thing for you, not a bad thing, okay? So if you hold your breath, just lie down on your bed, lie down on the floor and do these breath holds. Don't even sit up, because you can still fall over. And as I said, never, ever, 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 ever do it in water unless you're doing specific training and you have a buddy there to assist you, okay? Did we get that clear? You can drown in a bathtub, just remember that. Don't do it in the water unless you have a buddy. Did I make that clear enough? All right, I want everyone to be safe. So I have on my phone here somewhere an awesome app, and it's called Stamina. Where is it? It's here, Stamina. Stamina. And what you can do on this Stamina app is what we call CO2 tables in freediving. And those CO2 tables, basically what you do is you hold your breath for, say, a minute, and then you get a rest in between. And that rest decreases over time. So what it's doing is it's building up your body's tolerance to CO2, which you don't need to know all of the ins and outs of that for this video. But what you do need to know is when you lie down to hold your breath, you take big breaths into your abdomen, like I've taught you already, and then just you can even set a timer for a minute or so. The first 1, 2, or 3 breath holds are going to feel uncomfortable and they're going to feel difficult. And then on the 4th and 5th breath hold, you'll start to go into this mammalian dive reflex. And that's when you'll start to relax. And as you start into this process, at first, you might get a little flustered, you might get a little tense. Obviously, holding your breath is not comfortable for most people. But what I want you to try and do is just relax through that breath holding experience. until you get into that 4, 5, 6 number of breath holds, and then you'll start to notice it gets easier. And by this stage, you'll be starting to relax. And what I do on days when I've been doing a lot of admin, or I've had meetings and I've got work and things, and I just feel a bit up in my head, and I want to go deep into a meditation quickly, what I'll do is I'll lie down on the floor and I'll do a 5-minute, 6-minute breath hold table, just a short one, and then once I feel that relaxed state and I feel like I'm calmer and my body's switched into that mode, then I'll sit up and I'll start on my meditations. Okay? Now, for me, this works incredibly well at getting me into a state where I can meditate at any moment, especially when I'm feeling really out of balance or really out of whack. So again, that app is called Stamina, Stamina, but there's heaps of breath holding apps out there. Remember, don't hold your breath in water on your own, and please, if you're going to do it, lie down. But this is a really, really, really great way to relax, even if you're super stressed out. And guess what? It actually reduces your heart rate. It reduces your body's absorption of oxygen. And it's going to change the physiology actually in your body. So not only is it going to affect you mentally, it's actually going to help you physically as well by reducing your heart rate and other things as well. So if you're really stressed out, you're having trouble getting into a meditative state or getting into a really relaxed state, try the breath holding. Remember, be safe. Okay, see you in the next video.